Hello, everyone. Dr. Lee here with your encouraging word under this series, Still Hear God's Faithfulness in an Unfinished Story. Listen, today's encouraging word is entitled Still Here because grace interrupted evil. And I want you to know, as I'll say every devotional, our survival is not proof that evil is right, but proof that God is faithful, even in a world cursed by sin. And family, here's the thing. History shows us something important. And you'll agree that evil is loud, but it's never uninterrupted. There were moments when destruction looked certain, when violence, hatred, and injustice seemed unstoppable. Yet somehow, in the middle of cruelty, grace kept breaking in. A teacher who taught anyway, despite being challenged. A preacher who prayed anyway. Despite threats. That's grace breaking in. A mother who hoped anyway. Evil had momentum, but somehow grace kept stepping in its path. Genesis 50 and verse 20 says, "But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it for good." Yes, that's Joseph talking. And Joseph's words remind us that God does not excuse evil, but he refuses to let evil have the final say. And family, grace doesn't erase wrongdoing. It redeems what wrongdoing tries to ruin. And we can admit that slavery was evil. Racism is evil. Injustice is evil. But again and again, grace interrupted what sin intended to destroy. God preserved lives, protected faith, and positioned people to survive what should have swallowed them whole. And so what do we do with this truth? We stay late for grace at work. We refuse bitterness while resisting injustice. We let God turn pain into purpose without pretending the pain didn't hurt. And being still here, that's what we titled this, it means evil didn't get interrupted access to our future. I thank God for that. And so as we look to see grace interrupt evil, we always got to look to Calvary, where hatred met holiness and loss. The cross proves, family, that God can bring good out of the worst moment in history. And when Jesus returns, grace will finish what it started. A world made new is coming, where evil will be interrupted and interrupted forever. And so our prayer, gracious God, help us recognize your hand at work even when evil tries or seems loud and powerful. Keep us anchored, Father, in the cross and hopeful as we wait for the day Jesus returns to end evil and injustice once and for all. Amen. God bless you until the next time.